Today, I want to talk about what people are calling the Reform UK Civil War, and that is the fallout between Nigel Farage and Rupert Lowe and the absolute drastic turn that it's took over the last 24 hours. Now, I want to look at this with an unbiased opinion and give two scenarios that may have happened here that would fit the narratives given by both sides. But before I talk about it, let's just backtrack and look at what's actually caused this problem and what's happened and what the first we've actually heard about it. So 48 hours ago, thereabouts, Rupert Lowe did an interview in which he surprisingly made some negative comments about Reform UK and Nigel Farage. He said Nigel Farage has a messiah complex, that Reform, the way it's being run, is nothing more than a protest party, and that if things didn't change by the next general election, he would not be at Nigel Farage's side. Now, when I initially saw that, I thought, hey up, Rupert's getting too big for his boots after the support has been given from Elon Musk on Twitter. Here we go again, infighting, everybody joins and now thinks they can do better than Nigel himself. Now, I've supported Farage from UKIP to the Brexit Party, now Reform. And I still, today even, with all this coming out, believe that without Farage, the party would plummet, because Farage is known not just by people who follow videos on YouTube, but by the middle ground people, the old age pensioners that just are getting on with their life, who don't even watch YouTube. All they do is watch the mainstream media. Even those people are aware of Farage. Those people wouldn't be aware of Rupert Lowe or anybody else for that matter in Reform UK. Following that, Farage, which I thought made some very diplomatic comments, and he's also suggested that Rupert Lowe probably wanted to be Prime Minister and said he hoped he stayed. And that was that. I actually at that point thought, because I've been involved in political parties, because I'm now an independent councillor, I actually at that point thought Farage needs to let Rupert go. What you can't have is a cancer within your organisation. Now, I'm not calling Rupert Lowe a cancer, but you understand the meaning to that. You can't have somebody in there who's negative about the organisation, because it's just going to bring you down. However, what has worried me is the statements that have come out now from Reform UK. And we have heard last night that apparently they have got the police involved, they're doing an independent investigation, they've got the parliamentary solicitors looking into Rupert Lowe because complaints have come forward that he has been bullying the chairman on 2 occasions, threatening violence, and female employees, directly or indirectly, we're not sure, to Reform UK, have been suffering misogyny. They've been given inappropriate comments. Now, when I first heard that, and this is what I want to talk about, there's one of two things have happened here. First of all, and this is what we need to find out, when was these complaints against Rupert Lowe lodged? If they was done weeks ago, months ago, and it was all coming to a head, then I believe Rupert Lowe has made the negative comments about Farage to get out in front of Nigel Farage. So when it came out, it looks like it's been done in retaliation. That's what I hope's happened. However, there is a lot of people saying that these complaints, the reports to the police and the solicitors, has all happened in the last 2 days since Rupert Lowe made his public comments. Now, if that is the case, if the latter is the case, then unfortunately, I don't even know whether I'd be able to support Reform UK anymore. If somebody has publicly spoke out against Nigel Farage and the party, all they had to do was take the whip off him and say, we don't want anyone in the party who doesn't follow the leader. That's what any political party would do. But if Reform UK have then falsified complaints and smeared someone exactly the same as the mainstream media do to people and the elites, the powers to be, if they've done that in the last 48 hours, that is very, very dangerous signs. And you've got to ask the question, who is now involved in running Reform UK? Now, like I said, I hope it's the first option. I hope that weeks and weeks have passed since these complaints have been made And Rupert Lowe has said this about Farage all of a sudden because he knew it was going to come out. But like I said, I'm 50-50 on which one I believe. Please let me know in the comments, and please do interact with this video and let me know whether I'm missing something, whether we actually know for a fact when these complaints about Rupert Lowe was made, because I see videos by people, and I hate using the terms left-wing, right-wing, but more channels that are more right-wing, like I am at times, than Nigel Farage, jumping on the bandwagon, blaming Nigel Farage and reform, and 100% siding with Rupert Lowe. But these are the same people that have been upset with Farage over Tommy Robinson. Again, totally understand why. And are not really supporters anymore of Reform UK. They probably was at the last general election. But I don't want to come at it from either side of the angle. So please let me know what you think. Do you think that these complaints, which is key in this investigation, which is now going on by the media, was these complaints made before? Because if there was, I truly believe that Rupert Lowe, he may not have done them things, by the way. It could have been a smear because of mainstream media, because he's asking tough questions about Tommy Robinson and immigration. By the way, I think Rupert Lowe has been fantastic. Don't think he should be the leader. I think Nigel Farage should be the leader, but I think he has been fantastic. So is it a case of Rupert Lowe wanting to be leader, it going to his head a bit, or is it a case that Nigel Farage, as his ego's been damaged by all the good publicity about Rupert Lowe? It can only be one of them two instances about the complaint and who's to blame. So we're going to hear from Reform people saying it's all Rupert Lowe. We're going to hear from anti-Reform people saying it's all Nigel Farage's fault. Let's hope, for the sake of Reform UK and for the party, the only party that can get rid of the establishment, the elites that have been in charge of this country throughout its political history, Reform UK. Let's hope, for that sake, that there is no untoward going on here. Now, I've seen many people talk about they should make up. There is nowhere, no scenario whatsoever that when somebody has badmouthed your political party, that person can stay in the party. It can't happen. It's too much of a weapon for the media. And there is nowhere that Rupert Lowe could be in a party if this has been made up. So unfortunately, they are going to go the different ways. Now, as for affecting Reform UK, if they hadn't gone down this line of complaints and had just broke free, I don't think in the long run it would have affected the vote, because of the majority of the 25-30% of people that are voting Reform UK, they've had enough of Labour and the Conservatives. But if it turns out that this has been done maliciously, wow, it is going to really, really hurt and backfire on Reform UK. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like, share, and especially subscribe so I can try and get these independent videos with just my honest opinion and your comments out to as many people as we possibly can. And I'll see you on the next video.